Hey, what's
Yeah.
happening, peeps? It's Owl Nimbus here for another podcast because y'all keep requesting. I'm kidding. But anyway, yeah, Owl Nimbus here for another episode of the podcast for the last night of the Majigen. What's a Majigen? Figure it out. So, I'm here with the one, the only, my very good friend, Mr. Unregistered User. How are you, sir?
Thank you for having me. I've been good, chilling, just chilling, making music.
Yeah, it's always hard to get, like that motivation that you need to make new beats. That's always hard because I always feel like when you make beats, it's almost like you have to like you're in competition with yourself. So
Oh,
to try to
100%.
outdo the last beat that you did, that's the hard part.
Yeah, especially if you're like really self-critical on on your like body of work that you do, like every time you make a beat, let alone like trying to make an album. Like it's just you got to get past your own criteria.
Yeah. And I think for a lot of people that do make beats, that's definitely one of those hard things to do, especially if you're like making an album or like a beat tape.
Yeah,
Like I think it's really difficult to try to like put together a project, but also make it your own. But like when you're doing everything, and I mean like trying to get someone to do the artwork or the mixing and mastering or like any type
yeah,
of your features and like it's a lot of negotiating like behind the scenes with people like, hey, can you help me with this beat or like this song? And then they're
yeah.
like, oh, like I don't know if you ever had a rapper like I had it and they're like, hey yo man, this beat's whack. Like I don't know if you ever had that happen, but it
Nah,
it
not
it
yet.
happens out there. So
Luckily, not yet.
hey man, I don't think I but yeah. But what else you been up to, sir?
Uh, Speaking on albums, I'm sort of in album mode right now.
Okay.
Probably going to come out sometime around probably May, June of next year. I just want to make sure I do this correctly.
Okay. Yeah, that's a whole year. It's a lot of time to people don't understand like it takes a lot of work. Like it's not
Yeah,
just like you put a beat in the machine and it's done. It's like sometimes like when you complete a beat, it's like almost like you're missing that one thing. Like you're and then you just don't know what it is yet.
you
But
don't
then
know when to quit,
yeah.
basically. Yep.
And I think for a lot of people that do like who are in this game, it's just when is the beat complete? Like when is it full?
Yeah.
Like for you, when you make a beat, like how do you feel like it's done? Like in your MO, your method of operation.
Honestly, that it really depends on the beat or what type of, I guess, time I'm on that night. Because I usually just once I get off work, I just go over to this little table I have here and start cooking up for the most part. But it really depends on the beat, honestly. Sometimes like simplicity is pretty cool, but
Yeah.
honestly, I don't know. It just depends.
Yeah, I think for me it's I don't know, I feel like for me the more experience I get, I feel that I feel like beats are a lot more simpler than people think that they are. And
Mhm.
then like majority of like the really nice beats that you really like, the majority of them are like super simple. And you
Yeah.
never would have thought that they were. And then it's just like, oh, that's all it is. It's just like this loop, and then they change this
Hmm.
spot, and then it's like what? Like if you really listen to like some of let's take like Ice Cube, like
Yeah.
Today Was a Good Day. Like if you listen to the original sample, it's pretty much almost like I wouldn't say
It's the same
identical.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
oh yeah, but it's like chopped in a way to where there's drums added.
Hmm.
It's or like that song the Dr. Dre Snoop Dogg song um
Oh,
the name is slipping me right that one, two,
yeah,
three,
yeah.
it's a the foe. But like when you listen to the original sample, it's like
Mm.
pretty much almost the same. Like
Yeah,
it,
exactly.
yeah. And I think that's what's hard now because I feel when you start getting a crate digging and you think that you found something dope, it's like, ah, someone already got to it before I did. It,
Hmm.
yeah, that I for me that's always like something that it's hard to outdo, get to that one thing first. That's the hard part.
I mean, it depends on the approach too, honestly. Like, not everyone is going to do everything the same, or chop everything up the same way. And especially if you do something else post, like chop, type of thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, it
And
depends on the producer.
yeah, and also the other side is like when you're doing any type of beat, it's hard to figure out like I think what it starts getting weird is when people that start sampling other people's like beats, like they sample
Oh, yeah, that's
samples.
weird.
That is weird to me.
That
Like
sounds weird to me.
I
Yeah.
yeah, I can never ever do. I can never ever do like take like Mad Lib's beat and then like pretend like it's my own, like because he already chopped it up and then it's like
Yeah.
done.
I
That's where
did
it
that
starts
for
getting weird for
Dilla
me.
though. I did that for I forgot the name of this Dilla song. I have it on my SoundCloud, I think, but yeah, I forgot the name of the Dilla song. But it is very weird to me trying to like sample someone that's already
Yeah.
sampled someone that's probably already yeah.
Yeah, because I know like a few people that they'll get like Nujabes, like
Hmm.
Nujabes, they'll get like his beat and then they'll put it in their machine and all they'll do is they'll just slow it down and then
Yeah.
it's exactly the same, the drums are the same, and then they'll put it on Spotify and say it's their own.
Yep.
Like there's a lot of weird people that do stuff like that. So it's like,
You got to put in some effort.
yeah, there's the yeah. Point right at the camera. But yeah, so it just gets it gets really weird. I know.
Yeah.
It's whatever. But for you, and I'm not gonna ask you, just give me like a give me a nod. Like do you have like your own secret spot when you go crate digging?
Not really.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna give me the nod.
Or my bad. No.
No.
I love record shops just in general. Yeah.
So you just go to like just anyone?
Yeah, like I've been trying to like explore just like record shops around the city. Like I have a few that I've gone to like more frequently, but or I guess more occurrences of me going there. But like when I go there, I'm pretty much just picking random stuff. And
Yeah.
of course, like if I can listen to it, see if there's something there I can potentially sample when I get home.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I used to do that too a lot. When they had my local record shop there, I would always go in like the dollar bins, like on the
Oh
bottom
yeah.
shelf. That's where I would go. While
I go there
everyone's
now. Yeah.
but I think when I was crate digging, everyone's like looking in the soul section and all that stuff. Like I'm looking in like the spoken word section where
Oh
there's
yeah.
like weird like voiceovers and stuff. Like voiceovers are like my thing. That's what I love like digging for.
Hmm.
Any type of like weird any type of weird like voiceovers or like vintage commercials from like back in the day. Like
Yeah.
that's the kind of stuff that I really like enjoy looking for.
Yeah. No, I've been like I actually looked at sort of like maybe like even foreshadowing a future project of mine, not the one that I just said, but is I've been or a couple years ago now, I've just been on a tear like on YouTube trying to find like like old 60s, 50s or like 60s, 50s commercials and stuff. Like, those old cigarette commercials and like I was called the Marlboro cigarettes and shit like that. But yeah, it's very interesting, like trying to, like sampling from that. Yeah.
But like lately what I've been going through, I think when me and Bright when we worked on the project, I was really going through like a lot of horror movies.
Hmm.
But that's what I was really going through. A lot of that.
I know on that you did the Dark Stalkers one. You play that a lot too. I think yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot the name of that song. It was like the Dark something. I
Dark
don't know.
Illusions, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that I think that's my favorite song on the album. That was one
Yeah,
of my
that song's
favorites.
fire.
Yeah. Okay. But enough about me. Let's talk about you.
Yeah.
So what I'm interested in is like because like I never ever do like live shows or anything. What is that environment like?
Honestly, it's an exciting environment, especially like you start to realize over time that the people other than like your cohorts that show up um are probably not there, most likely not there for you. And then they're in their own worlds and then their own friend groups and those types of interactions and they don't even really know what the hell's going on.
Hmm.
And so yeah, it's sort of you sort of realize that you can just go all out and do something that or flip something or do a flip of
So
a
are like remixes like frowned
yeah.
upon? If is that frowned upon if you do that?
No, not really. Like I've done so many like West Side Gun or like Conway
Yeah.
or like stuff like that. It again draws it makes those people who are not there for you like turn their head and be like, oh shit.
Yeah, that like I would love to go to like a live, and in the town that I'm in, they don't really have like live like hip hop like that. So it's like
Oh damn.
it's kind of just like yeah, you know. So there's not really like a community like that out here.
I mean, I would argue Chicago has probably the best beat scene right now. That's just me, my little biased opinion, but you should come through at some point.
Yeah, when's the weather like really good out there?
To be completely honest, I don't even know. Especially with like global warming and just like the sporadic weather
Yeah.
in Chicago, just in general. But around this time, like May, June, July, something like that.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that they have like a train that goes out that way. It's like an overnight train.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool because then they take you like through like the whole entire Midwest and they give you like your own bed and you just like
Oh
sleep on
shit.
it. Yeah, and then you
Oh, it's
get
one of those coach trains or whatever they're called.
yeah, kind of, yeah, and then they have like their own like dining room and then it's like a glass dome, like a glass like I don't know, it's like see-through like a
Oh,
cart,
that's
but
cool.
you get to like eat in the dining room. They have 3 square meals a day and then they have like their own like private bathrooms and stuff and like a little
How long
sleeping
is the
area.
trip?
I want to say maybe like it depends on how far you are. So like from my area, it'd be like maybe like 2, 3 days or something like that. I don't know, somewhere like
Mhm.
that. It won't be that bad. I'll just hang out on the train.
Meditate and shit.
Yeah, yeah. I'll
Yeah.
have to go like when no one else is on trains.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, but it'd be pretty cool though, because I there's a lot of like Chicago food I always want to try.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like do they have like any like good Chinese food spots?
I'm honestly still exploring a lot of the places, to be honest. Like I just moved to I guess more of the northwest
Ah,
side of the city without like within the past year and a half, something like that. But I'm still exploring all those.
yeah, I still want to try Harold's chicken. That's what I
You
want to
have
try.
you
I want to try that secret sauce on what they got over there.
I think they started selling it in stores actually, but like to get actually like in the meal like on the chicken, you gotta get it from I recommend like 87th and Dan Ryan. That's like one of the OG locations.
Hmm.
Then the Hyde Park location. Those are
Hmm.
pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try it sometime because I hear a lot of good things about Harold's chicken. So I'm like, hell yeah, I have to go
Yeah.
try that. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, the beat scene.
Oh yeah.
So I always wonder, like, do like the boom bap guys hang out with like other boom bap guys and the lo-fi guys? They have like their own little clique.
Not really. Like at least our scene here, or in terms of like the producer scene here, like we're pretty. I'll say we're pretty tight knit. We do a lot of things that may differ from one person to another. I'm definitely all over the place, coming up with just random shit. Like one song I'll be doing like some boom bap shit, another song I'll be doing like some jungle breakbeat type of thing. But
Yeah.
we're pretty capable. That's why I said like we're probably the best scene. Like,
So so like when you talk to the booker, be like, hey, or like the open mic host, or I'm sure that's how it goes. Like if they have like a host on Wednesdays, you talk to the host, hey, let me get a spot, and they'll like put your name on a piece of paper or whatever, bring your own equipment, and then you just show up and you do like 10 minutes. That's my guess on how it works. Is that how
Yeah,
it goes down?
it, I would say for one location or for one scene, or not one scene, one what am I saying? One event, probably one of the bigger events in the city. But the other ones, it just depends. You got to get on the list, uh, and hopefully they'll get to you, and hopefully you're not going on at like 12, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, because it seems like in a big city like that, it seems like it's very competitive, but it's also hard to like get a spot because I'm sure they're like back by like weeks or something like that.
No, it's just like event by event. Yeah,
Oh, huh. Yeah, because
yeah.
when I used to do like stand-up comedy, that's usually how it was. It was like show up, do the whole, but in like really big cities like in the East Coast or wherever, like it's hard to get like those open mic spots because, everyone's trying to get stage time at,
Mhm.
certain spots. So it's definitely competitive.
Oh, for sure. Like I said, like that one event is called Open Beats. Like it's probably the biggest event beat event in the city right now.
Hmm.
Yeah, you really gotta you really gotta try to get on that list and get there early, type of
Hmm. That does seem pretty cool though. And then like you're part of the community. Like, hey. Like
thing.
when they give you props, hey, that was good. Like, yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if you come through, the dude that runs it, shout out Fez Grandiose. If you ever came through, like he would probably, view you as more a priority because you've never like performed there
Yeah.
before. So that he likes to include people that haven't really been a part of this before.
Hmm. So then that would mean I would have to like make a set then.
Yeah, it's like 10, 15 minutes.
So
Like,
that's probably like five beats, like two
yeah,
2 minutes.
depends on how long you play it too. Like, especially if you're trying to like cram a bunch of beats in, you
Yeah.
got to be economical at that time.
Hmm.
You can do
Damn.
it. You got the catalog.
Yeah. I feel like I do, but for me, it's just hard picking the ones I want to pick. Pick the ones that I would want to pick, and then like like if I went up there hypothetically with my SP 404, and then
Hmm.
like I didn't play any Kira Kohai stuff, like I like I feel like it's like, yo
Oh
man, you know what I mean? Like it's like Skinner not playing like their best song or something like that. So it's like it's
you
hard to fit
got
that
it
in set.
though. You got
Yeah, so it's like you have to
it.
play for your free bird, you know? You have to.
Yeah. I
That's
mean, not
definitely something that's
necessarily
hard.
though. Not necessarily. People just enjoy listening to beats, honestly.
Has anyone ever got like booed off stage?
Not yet.
Not
Not
yet. Because I
yet.
remember when I was doing stand up, I did like a lot of like at the time when I was like early in, I
Yeah.
did like jokes that people didn't like in a restaurant, and I got like
Oh,
banned. I got banned from the bar for like 6 months.
damn.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
Damn.
way back when. They're like, yeah, you can't come here. They like text me on Facebook at the time. Like, yo,
Oh,
man. They even put it in all caps.
damn.
Yeah, don't come back here.
That's called getting canceled.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. That was like way back when. But
that's crazy.
that bar's no longer there, so.
It's a joke's on them.
But
That's
so
yep.
so like this is really like the first time we ever like really had like a conversation. So but like
Honestly,
whatever got you into like, like I just want to make beats. Like what triggered that?
it was trying to find some like a medium for like emotional release. Like I originally started rapping a little bit. That shit is not going to be released ever.
Yeah.
If it was, I took that shit off of SoundCloud. But yeah, just for emotional release, and then eventually sort of started getting good at it. I guess that's subjective,
Yeah.
but and then just seeing how far I can take it. That's how the progression I took.
Huh. Yeah, because like I think I kind of started out, but when I first started. I was at a friend's house, and then his family was like from the LA area, like from like Ventura's and stuff. But he
Hmm.
he invited me over after school, so I went over to his house, and then we were just doing like, like early 2000s stuff of just like downloading music on LimeWire. But
Love
he,
LimeWire.
yeah, like back in the
Love.
day.
Yeah.
But he had like a turntable set on his entertainment, like his TV stand.
Oh,
And
with the
then
mixer and all that.
yeah, he had the mixer, the turntables, he had everything. And
Hmm.
then he would go to like LA, and then he'd go crate digging, and then he'd come back, and then he would just have like acapellas and like singles and stuff like that. It's like,
Oh man.
and then when I started working, I started buying some like records for him, because like when I was a kid, that we didn't ever had like record stores like that.
Hmm.
So, like when he would go to bed, I would like mess around with the turntable, and then I would just find it fascinating. Like I never knew like how remix work, because like back
Yeah.
then it was like you had acapellas and the instrumentals, and then I
Mm.
never understood why that was like a thing. But then he was like, "Oh yeah, you play this record, and then you play the lyrics of this, and then it kind of like remixes it." But I
It was,
never understood like
yeah.
BPMs or anything like that.
Hmm.
But just messing around with the turntable, and this is like, whoa. Then eventually I started getting my own. And then they had like a local record store like that I found out about, because there was no internet like that. It was just like in a phone book. And then
Oh,
started digging for stuff. And then one thing led to another. And then I'm like, how are beats made? Like I never knew how MPCs worked, or how like in my opinion, I always thought like say like that Today Was a Good Day by Ice Cube. I always
mhm.
thought it was like someone on a turntable that just plays the instrumental. They go back on, they would buy doubles, and then just like go back and forth and just play that one piece with the two turntables. That's how I thought it was done back then.
Oh,
I never knew anything about like drum machines or anything like that,
yeah.
but what I remember, like back in the day, back in the day, like in New York when like hip hop first started, that's like how they started. Like you know this, and I know this, but like people who are listening, they might not know this, but they didn't have like drum machines like that back then, so they would just
Yeah.
play breaks, and it was just the drums, and then the guy
Hmm.
would just be on the mic, and I always just found that fascinating, like someone figured that out.
That was when the DJ slash producer, I guess more so DJ in that case, that they took precedence when it came to just everything that was going on. And then I don't know when I guess the culture started shifting over more towards like the actual rapper,
Yeah,
getting
I
credit.
think I honestly think it's probably just like when drum machines was like becoming a
Oh shit.
thing, because it's like back in the like back then it was like Run DMC, and then Jam
Hmm.
Master Jay would be like the DJ, and they would rap to whatever he was like playing, and
Yeah.
then who else? Beastie Boys was kind of like that with
Or Rapper's Delight too.
yeah, like Rapper's Delight. It was kind of
Or
just
Sugar Hill Gang. There we go.
Sugar Hill Gang. I don't know if like Curtis Blow was like that. I have no idea if they did something similar, because he was kind of from that era.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
they would just like play the Rakim was probably one of those, like DJ Eric B and Rakim.
Yeah.
Like he would just play whatever the DJ was playing, and then he would just rap to what they had.
Hmm.
I think it's Gangstar is another one like that. There's not really like too many like rap groups that rely on, like, not rely, but like have a DJ within their like their setup. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think it was a while ago we sort of had this conversation over DMs. It was like at first I dead ass thought because of all like the drum machine, or since the advent of drum machines, like the producer at the time were actually like laying out their own drums, but it was actually, the sample drums from like the disco
Yeah,
records and shit. I'm like, oh
yeah,
shit, okay,
yeah.
I guess I'm being ethical in a way in terms of how I'm doing things. I'm not too pressured to lay out my own
Because
drums.
that's how they did it. I mean,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
would play a break from like, obviously the obvious one's gonna be James Brown, but you could take anything from like the Skull Snaps to like even
Yeah.
like what's his name? He's the guy that did that one song, and then like Carlton would always dance to it.
Oh,
It's not unusual to be
yep,
loved by anyone.
yep,
Tom
yep.
Jones? I think it's Tom Jones.
I never knew the name. I just know the
but
song.
he
Yeah.
had this song called Looking Out My Window, and there's like a break in there that's just
Oh,
like damn, it's like bum ba da dum bum 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 ba da dum, but it was just,
oh
and then there'll
shit.
be a part when it would just play the drums. It's like boom tsh, boom 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 tsh,
Hmm.
boom tsh, and then they would just like loop that over and over. It's like,
Yep.
but it's interesting for those of you who are listening and then or at home. It's like, how did they figure out what like breaks were like on records? So like if you take a vinyl record and then
Hmm.
like an old school one, like if you look on the record, you could see the lines, the grooves that go around, but there's like a little blank space of like nothing, and then that's where your break is. And then
Oh yeah.
what they would do is they would get like little stickers, like those little round like price tag stickers, and then they would stick it on the record, and then when the needle would hit, it would hit the needle would hit the stick,
Oh, and then
and then
loop back.
it would go right to the to that starting spot of the break. That's how they would used to do it back then.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So like I might even have like, I don't even know if I have like a record that was like that, but back then it was always they would have like little it'd be like so like for example, for people who are like listening at home, they're not gonna know what I'm doing, but it'd be like a sticker like this, and then they
Hmm.
would put it like right on the break, like right there, and then when that needle would come, like the
Yeah.
needle would hit it, it would hit the sticker, and then it would just automatically go
Hmm.
move it to the to where the break is at. That's how they used to do it back then.
I thought it was just the I guess that was the case too, but also they use chalk to know like what part that they wanted to use, that they'll just go back to that point, and then they just started there.
Yeah, I think well, one thing I always found interesting about like Jay Dilla, like I don't know if you if you have like a ton of records like around, but they
I
always
do.
had like, yeah, and like you know your records, like you have you most people they like sort them a certain way,
Hmm.
either by like alphabetical or like genre or like BPMs. Like DJ Z Trip, he was one of those guys that organizes it by BPMs. So it would be like 50 to 60 to
Uh,
70 to 80. And then when it gets to 120, it kind of loops back to 60 BPMs because it's just double time really.
yeah.
So then he would bring it back down to 60. That's how he would do it. But
Uh,
yeah, but when I was talking about Jay Dilla, all the DJs that knew that when he was digging, they never understood how he like organized his record, but he knew where everything was at, but they
hmm.
never understood on like how it was like organized. It was just like,
Yeah.
but for some
Yeah.
reason he would just remember where things are, and then like he was very like meticulous about where things were. Like if you moved a record, he would like
Hmm.
know like where who's been messing with my stuff because I know it's where it's at. It's just
Yeah.
he just had it locked in to like a science. It's crazy.
He had that whole basement just like filled with records and just like equipment and shit. Like it was insane.
Yeah.
It's like seeing that picture, but iconic music was
Yeah.
made regardless.
And it just really goes to show you, like, especially like before the era of the internet, you really had to like go above and beyond to find these samples or find these
Yeah.
certain drums that people weren't using. And Madlib was like that too. He was definitely one of those guys that was just like dug in
Hmm.
between things. Even MF Doom, he was like that because he would everyone would go to like play like Apache, you know, whatever, like, any type of break, but he would be looking for voiceovers and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But like that M Food album is just it's like what the hell? It's like
Yeah.
all the dialogue, everything that's used in there that that it's so good. It's crazy.
Even the KMD album. It was
Yeah.
that scene in the jewelry store or something.
Hmm.
I forgot. I don't know what sample that was, but that definitely inspired the hell out of me for sure.
It's just like how how do you like think of that as the stuff like that? I always find that like fascinating that
Yeah.
someone just thought of it and then like, oh damn. Well, that just goes to show you that there's still a lot of like music that's out there that most people have never even heard of. And it's
Yeah.
like it always surprises me like when people don't know who the Skull Snaps are, but pretty much everything that you listen to, like majority of everyone already sampled that record, the Skull Snap. And it was like a funk band that made that one album. And then once they made the album, that was it. Like
Hmm.
they just kind of like disappeared from the scene and no one really knows like where they're at or what they actually did after that. But
Yeah.
it's like one of the most sampled records in like hip hop history. And a lot of people don't really know that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the Skull
Even
Snaps.
even avalanches, like they revolutionized like how they sampled shit too. Like I don't
Yeah.
think they ever got caught for or in terms of like copyright stuff and
Yeah.
what they
Yeah.
said. But it's a whole like bevy of shit
Yeah.
that they pulled into it.
Yeah, that's what I always love about like Action Bronson.
Yeah.
He would always say like, yeah, if they don't know it's a sample, just tell them like,
Yep.
yo, my man played it. It's
I
like,
remember that line, yeah.
yeah. But Alchemist, he's definitely one of those guys too that he
Hmm.
digs for stuff, but like you wouldn't even know where it was from. Like most of the time
Yeah.
you don't. It's just chopped so differently to where it's just like it's his thing. It's like I think Alchemist is probably one of my favorites. Like
Oh yeah. He's
he's
like my number one right now, honestly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Alchemist is just damn. It's like damn. How do you like think of this stuff like this? This is crazy.
I'm saying.
And his drums are very like I don't know if he uses like an SR ASR 10. I don't know if that's what he uses for his drums, but
I
they
think he
have that
uses the 12, not 1200. What is it called? The MPC two
the
two.
2000 XL, the
I think
XL.
so, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think I see him do that. I'm not sure if his drums are on a different DAW though. I don't know if it's like an ASR 10. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I know he does like the drum machine, but his drums are he uses the drum machine for like the sample, but when it comes to like doing drums, I don't know if he uses an ASR 10.
Oh shit.
I don't know. Don't take don't take it from me. It's kind
I'm
of
about
like
to do some research on that.
this is all like theory. This is all just
Yeah.
but I think also another interesting one is probably Nuchibi's because
Hmm.
like even though he like passed like super young, there's not a whole lot of like videos about his how what his process was or like
Hmm.
how he did. But from and this is like urban legend. I heard that he like owned his own record store.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I heard that he kept like all the best stuff for himself. So that's the reason why like when you hear like his samples, it's like stuff that you never even heard of. And the guy,
Mhm.
he lived out in Japan, so it's like
Yeah.
imagine what their funk records were like, imagine what their soul records were like, and then it's just like you
Yeah.
have all this stuff in the basement and you're just not releasing it. Like you're not gonna tell the I mean, isn't that like how the urban legend of how like Biggie got the song Juicy. Like P. Diddy was over at Pete Rock's house and he was playing that beat for Juicy, that beat.
Oh,
And then he heard that in the basement and then he went to M to Me or that band that plays
yeah.
the sample and asked him if he can like he of course he paid him to get the rights for that sample. And
Hmm.
then he kind of like I don't know if he like I guess you could say he like stole it or whatever, but he was in Pete Rock's basement, and then Pete Rock kind of like there's a Pete Rock remix out there, but that original like chop and sample and stuff that was all from him.
Oh, damn. I just
Yeah,
know I think it might have been that song. I just know like he heard the beat and then he just went into the booth, just like freestyled it off the top.
it's fascinating though, like how
Yeah.
good he is. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Biggie Smalls, Junior
Yeah.
Mafia.
Baby,
Yeah,
baby.
baby. Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
damn, yeah. It's amazing how much time has passed, man.
Hmm.
So now when you start digging for records, like I always find this interesting. Do you always like put sample first and then do drums, or you just do drums and then you figure out where to go from there?
Honestly, like I'm trying to like solidify that in terms of my like overall workflow too, but it depends on the beat. Like sometimes, for the most part, like I have this little like turntable here that I have into my going into my SP 404. I just record whatever it's in there. Maybe chop it up on there, maybe not.
Hmm.
But for the most part, it's going to go straight to my DAW. or go into the DAW for like finishing and the other stuff. But I don't know, man. It depends on the beat, but for the most part, I do like to get the drums done so I can know like where I'm, what I'm doing with the chops and see what's
Yeah.
happening.
So do you make the beat like once it's complete, and then do you run it through the SP404, or is that like a secret?
No, it's not really a secret. I'm just really lazy. Sometimes I don't even do it. Like especially if I like it's the record or whatever I'm sampling, or even if I'm like just like plugging my phone into
Hmm.
the 404 and just recording off of like Spotify or YouTube or something, and just doing the stuff on there, like it already has that texture, and then it just gets recorded directly back into the FL Studio. But I could honestly, when the beat is done, just run it back through there, put some plus effects on it, but I get
Yeah.
lazy.
Yeah, I always want to do is like make like an old school 90s like hip
Yeah.
hop mixtape, like boom bap and stuff like that, old school.
Hmm.
But I always want to get one of those like NBA starter jackets and then just wear that. Like
Yeah.
I always want to get one of those. Like I used to have one back in the day when I was a kid. I used to have a Chicago Bulls one, and then I had a Mighty Ducks one when I was a kid.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but I kind of want to get another one though. I kind of want to get like a team that no one really disses on, like the Supersonics. Like,
Oh, their colorway is fire.
yeah,
I,
and how are you gonna hate on a team that's like gone?
yeah, exactly. I think
Yeah,
they might be bringing them back though at some point.
yeah, because they got bought out by the Thunder.
Oklahoma. Yeah,
Yeah, the guy just like bought it.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like people are upset when they lost KD, but imagine losing the whole team.
No, that was definitely their biggest blunder right there. Like I don't know how you get rid of KD, Westbrook, and Harden. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you're telling me, man. Okay.
But
But
no, that colorway is fire. I would get
it
a jacket.
is LA. I always thought it was dope. I was like, damn, who has a Supersonics like
Yeah,
starter jacket, the old school ones? Like,
that green. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's like it's Sean Kemp and
Hmm.
who else
And
was
Gary Payton,
Gary Payton. Yeah, that's
the
right.
fucking glove.
Yeah, that was way back when, way back in the day. It's amazing how much time has passed. But you like I always find like your style interesting because you're very like your character alone, he's like very like cyberpunk
Mm,
like is that like really like like because I see you play like cyberpunk sometimes like on Twitch.
yeah.
Do you feel like in your world that like your character that you created is this like in cyberpunk, like is there like inspiration from it, or is it from just something different entirely?
I mean, it grew into that. Like I am gonna be doing a manga at some point. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I do want to reimagine like the whole cyberpunk genre,
Hmm.
and not necessarily have it solely be based on the whole corporate greed type of thing, and then the over reliance and overutilization of technology and modifications or modifications and all that. Like it's that's cool. I would want to reimagine it, but overall, like the whole universe, I guess where Unregi is right now, currently, I guess is in one of those types of cities, but that's not where the whole like Cage City concept got to start.
Yeah, that it's definitely I honestly think that there's a lot of potential there. I mean, a lot of
Yeah.
people I think it's just easier when you just write yourself as a character because now you could just introduce all you could get different perspectives that way.
Hmm.
So
That's what
like,
I have a little fucking action figure right here. I don't know if you can see it.
oh yeah, epoxy
Yep.
children. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I was
Shout
like,
out to
yo, this guy's got
yeah,
a figure. That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that's
I
dope.
had to do it. I had to do it.
You gotta, I don't know if like if he came with like accessories, but you could have like a little drum machine, like a little, and it just like fits in his hand.
I had a choice. I was either going to do that. I have to super glue the this other part. But he's holding headphones in his like robotic arm,
Ah,
basically.
okay. Yeah. See,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind like making one for like the Akira, but I would have to think about that though.
No, that and your universe as well definitely has a lot of potential in terms of, how it could be adapted into even just like a show or something, which is also
Yeah.
good for this, but yeah.
Yeah. And for people that don't know, we're talking about Akira Kohai Bebop FM. It's like a mixtape album that I made like long time ago. I don't want to
That
say long
album,
time ago, but
fire,
yeah,
fire.
that's what everyone tells me. I'm like, yo,
Oh my,
yeah,
I had that on repeat for like for months. It definitely you dropped that before I dropped Cage City, I remember.
yeah. And for a lot of people, like this is what the cassette tape looks like. It's
Yep.
all in yellow, has a signature on it, and then on the back. But yeah, Akira Kohai, Bebop FM. And I'm pretty sure I told you the story, like, and for
Mhm.
like how it was made. It was like, and for people that who don't know, it's just like the original idea was like a bunch of producers were supposed to make like a super producer album, and the guy who just put it all got us all together, he had people from like South Africa, Japan, Chicago, NYC, Maine. That's how like we met. Like I met Bright, and
Mhm.
then it just didn't happen. Like the guy that was supposed to put it together, he just didn't do anything, and then eventually it's just like I felt like I was like bringing all these ideas like, well, let's just make it like a radio show and then just have the host bring in so and so beat and then the next beat and then the next beat. And then he's like, yeah, that's cool. And then got the design done for the character and then the album. And then it just didn't happen. And then I ended up having all these beats to myself. And then
Yeah.
and then eventually I started getting like clever thoughts and then met Jay Nolan and then AC. And then everyone
Yeah.
just kind of just contributed and just kind of caught like this underground like lightning in a bottle kind of thing.
Who was that producer that was on the what's it called? Sundre?
Yumi.
The club Yumi, yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I know I think I saw like a while back he did it on the 404, like all those effects.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was partially the reason why I bought the 404 too, just like those hardcore
That
effects.
dude is like his skills are just like incredible.
Yeah,
Yumi Soul and it's just like,
yeah.
but his I found that dude on like I was messing around on Beastar because remember when I was working on Bebop FN I was still working on No Waifu No Laifu that mini beat
Mhm.
tape and I was also working with Bright at the same time, so I'm like
Mhm.
working on like three different projects at the same time, and I'm just like I'm trying to get the artwork done for this, trying to get Nostalgic Beginnings done, trying to get
Yeah.
Waifu No Laifu done, and it's just like he was the guy. I'm like, yo, can you help me on like a couple beats? Like I can't pretty much do everything, but the Tsundere one, like the way that when he gave me that beat, it's just like it has that part to where it was just like with that girl singing in the background on
Yeah.
that
It's
sample.
confusing me. Yeah.
Yeah, but when he gave it to me, that part it just kind of like repeats over and over and over again. So it was the only thing I had to really do was rearrange it in a way to where you had a verse section
Hmm.
for clever thoughts. But it was just like he confused me second time around. But like that part would keep playing over and over. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I mean, he made the beat and it was dope. But it was just like for clever thoughts, it was like this is the verse section, but I had to like almost rearrange it to where it there was like a verse section. So when she's rhyming, it's just like a verse. It sounds like a verse section, but the original beat wasn't like that though.
Oh, okay.
So it was just like but I would never ever say that I made the beat. I would never take credit for that. The only thing I
Mhm.
just did was just rearrange it so that way it works. So like when she's done with her verse, then those horns come in and then
And
like
then that vocal sample.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just like, I mean, but the living this way, that was kind of the same situation
Yeah,
with
exactly.
AC.
Hmm.
But the only thing I really had to do was just rearrange it just a little bit to where there was a verse section. That's the only thing I really had to do. but it
Oh,
was just like for Sunday when that verse section it was like it would kind of play a little bit of the verses, like a little piece of it, but that was
mm,
just like because I rearranged it to that to fit that.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So
That's
there you
cool.
go. I'm kidding. Science. Yeah, but Yumi, he helped out a lot though. Like that the intro of the very intro of like right after the she does her dialogue and then
Yeah.
that's all Yumi. Like that's all him. The only thing I added in was just like the astronaut in the begin like the very end. That was the only thing I ever added in it. That was it.
Oh,
Like that's all him because I'm like, yo man, I just need help on this last one while I finish up the rest of the stuff with the rest album. It's like,
hmm
you can you just, and he did that. He's like, yo, man, I got you 100%. And then what he gave to me, like what you hear in that very beginning track, that's all Yumi. That's 100%
Yeah.
him. Yeah. Like he's just incredible.
That Jay Nolan track too. And I think a while ago you sort of got me into made me more cognizant of this as well, especially when it comes to like rappers on beats,
Yeah.
putting a low pass filter on the verse part. Like
Yes.
that's really like what's the Jay Nolan guy that beat I
There's
think it's
two
the
of them.
Lopez.
They're the one that has there's better than the
Better,
radio.
yeah.
Yeah,
hmm
that one so like when I did that one. Yeah, so I pretty much already chopped up the sample, but like when I think I might have like given it to him, and then he
hmm
was like, "Yeah, I could rhyme over it, but I just need like a little bit room in the verse section." I think that's what how it happened. So then I
Okay.
just started looking up tips on how to create that verse section for people who are not who are listening to them, they don't understand. But we're talking
hmm
about we're talking about like if you make a rap song, most of the time they'll have like all the frequencies like in the beat like when the chorus is happening. And then when the
Yeah.
rapper comes in, he's doing his thing, the frequencies that are mid and high, they'll take those out and then you're left with this bass sound. So that way
Okay.
the rapper can do his thing. He has room and it just sounds good. Like but
hmm
the way I figured out how to do that, it was a guy by the name of Large Professor.
Yeah.
That was like a technique that he used. And if you guys don't know who Large Professor is, he's the guy who did "It Ain't Hard to Tell" by on the Nas album. Like that's
hmm
his beat. But like, if you listen to that beat, there's a da 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 da, and then the beginning. But when Nas comes in as rhyming, you'll hear those frequencies pull back, and then it's just like this bassy sound and then there's just like enough room for Nas to rhyme.
Makes the vocals more prominent in the
Yes.
mix, yeah.
And then that was also
And then the chorus part, everything comes back in, yeah.
yes, exactly. And then Jay Dilla was another guy who did that.
Oh yeah.
So like if you listen to anything Slum Village, that song Fall in Love or Fall in Love, I think is the name of it. But
hmm
when they're in that verse section, it's just all the mids and the highs are taken out, so you're just left with the bass start. And then, like we were just mentioning earlier, when the chorus comes back, then all the frequencies come back. Then it just sounds like an actual like chorus. So that for people who are making beats and stuff, that's the best bang for your buck for like a sample. That's how you take your sample farther
Yeah.
in any type of like beat making.
Even if you don't have a rapper on it, like it just gives it more.
It gives it variety.
Yeah, variety, exactly.
Yeah, and even if you don't have like a rapper on it, you could add voiceovers to it. You could add it's just kind of like almost like lets you put like a front of anything you want on it because like once that bass is like in and the drums are playing, samples like taken down,
Yep.
you could leave it as is. It's still gonna sound good. You could add sound effects that you feel that fit. You could do remixes. You could do whatever you
Mhm.
really want. It's just the world's really your oyster on that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
That's crazy. But yeah, that album, that Akira High project was fire. And then the one that you dropped recently too, like
the mid,
it's a couple songs on there on your Bandcamp, like I really do fuck with.
yeah, the Midnight Bliss.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is crazy. Like and that was like a little bit after I was working. I was still working on like Nostalgia Beginnings too when I was making all that. But the thing was is like when I was working with Bright, I felt like and we're talking about Bright, individual rapper, and it's like it was like a little mini collaboration when we did. But like when I started making beats, I was trying to figure out what worked for him. And
Yeah.
then like the beats that are on Midnight Bliss, like not a lot of them fit for him. Like he has a very like deep Cannibal Ox voice, and then like
Hmm.
for him, like the more weird beats that he goes, the more horror he goes, that is his fit. Like
Yeah.
that's his thing. Like very, very underground. Like that's 100% him. But I just ended up having all these other beats I just didn't know what to do with. And then like when we collaborated, we agreed just ten songs, and then that was it.
Hmm.
And then I just happened to have just more later on. So
Damn.
was that the Michael Jordan when when he make the
The
shot?
running. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But
We gotta do at some point like Akira visits Cage City or some
I'd
shit, or
love to,
vice
man.
versa.
I would
That'd
love
be
to because like I'm always down to write. Just let me know what the thing is that you gotta let me know what the premise is,
yeah, yeah,
and then just give me because like remember it's your project, so
yeah.
you're the director. You got to tell me just like
Yeah.
do it this way, do this. This is what I want. Like I'm always down. Like I just got to do is ask, you know. And
Yeah.
I'm in, sir. But that'd
Yeah.
be pretty cool. Pretty cool.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, because like characters are just like it's just fun
Yeah, exactly.
because you can do whatever you want.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what I always
Different
find interesting.
like different voice actors and stuff, or different like voice modulations. Like it's interesting.
Yeah, and it really does just opens up everything else because it's like, why not? I mean, you have like all these like posters behind me. It just started because
Hmm.
someone was writing it, and
Yep.
then like you get point A to point B, and then the next thing you know, you just have like a full-fledged project. Like the way I would like to be is like have like a little cult following. I wouldn't even want to be like mainstream. I wouldn't even care. It's just
Oh, totally,
I would
totally.
love to if you had like 1,000 hardcore fans, like hardcore,
Hmm.
like the MF Doom fans,
Yeah.
like I mean they dropped that $300 figure, and there's people that couldn't get it, but there's people that did.
Hmm.
So that like when that you know I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
I think I remember it.
So it's like for people that don't know, like MF Doom, they ended up releasing like a Super 7 action figure of him. But the thing is like 16 inches tall. It's a big giant thing. They dropped it for 300 at retail for people that don't know. And a lot of people were upset because it was only available for like 3 days. And then there's a lot of people that got it. There's a lot of people who said it's not worth it, which I understand. But like
Hmm.
once that thing sells out, like that thing is going to be crazy. But the people that were in like Australia and England, like the shipping cost more than the figure itself.
Oh,
Yeah, to ship it to like the UK was like 400, and I want to say Australia was like 800
wow.
just to ship. Like not even the $300 for the figure, just
Yeah.
800 to ship. It's like, but that MF Doom fans, they're out there, man. Like
Just imagine like the people that actually like resold it like on an eBay or something like that. They marked up the price and then have to like ship
Mhm.
it out
Yeah.
to for
And
those
then
rates.
there's going to be people who are just going to sell within the states, don't even sell it overseas.
Yeah.
Like someone's going to come by and someone's going to want it. There's so many MF Doom fans there. I mean,
Yeah.
it's horrible that things are like that, but that's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's where we want to be at some point. I'm
yeah.
totally cool with that. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. But it's just I don't know, man. It's just fascinating that even though like I mean we don't have MF Doom anymore, but like his legacy lives on. And then like anytime he
100%.
drops merch, like the fans they go crazy for it. They just stick they're loyal, man. Like
Yeah.
if you like write out MF Doom anywhere and then you don't capitalize all those letters, like they're
Yeah.
like,
I
"Yo,
will slap
man."
you. I will
Yeah,
slap.
it's like disrespectful to his name. Like yeah,
Yeah.
like it's there for a reason. That is like so it's gangster. Like
I'm saying.
people like they get like you'll get like heat on you if you do
Yep.
not capitalize the letters in his name.
He
Like,
gave us the instructions that spelling all caps when you spell the man name.
yeah. And then like
That's
now just
great.
people like when you have that confidence and charisma and that character and the dope
Yeah.
project that lives forever. Like, and then
Hmm.
like I still go back and listen to Food all the time. That
Yeah.
like my favorite track on there is like Deep Fried Friends. Like
Oh man.
that's
Yep.
my favorite
Yep.
one.
That's fire.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
That
like
beat is really that again, like what we were talking about before, like the like sort of different or not as different from the original sample than
yeah, yeah.
you know, yeah.
And then, but what's fascinating in there is that I think the sample that he used has the word friends in it, and then also like how many of us have them. That song also
Yeah.
has friends in it, and it's
Hmm.
just like what, like when you really like thinking
Yeah.
about it, and it's just like damn, it's like bum 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 bum. How
Yeah.
many of us have them? Oh, that's so genius! Like that song
Man.
alone, damn. Like
Yeah.
that song alone, that blows me away. Like I love Mad Villainy, don't get me wrong. I love Mad
Mhm.
Villainy, but something about Food, like
Yeah,
the
that's my
tracks are
second favorite.
just
Yep.
tracks are just longer and it's like it's doom. It's just like damn, bro. It's oh that album's crazy. I love that album.
Plus, it has just an overall theme too, so you can just like go at it.
Yeah.
Make a song called One Beer or something like that.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
your
And then
beer.
they all have like beef rap. They all have like
Yeah,
these nods to like food and like the album cover of just him eating cereal. It's just,
yeah.
yeah, that it just live and it just goes to show you, like, if you have a theme for your album, like that will live forever. For like for you,
Hmm.
I don't know what the theme of the album is, but like later on, when we work together, you'll probably tell me. But I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, hypothetically, like in your universe, like you
Hmm.
could easily, like, if you want to do like a business, you know what I mean? Like if you want to do like a restaurant, like I was talking about this with Jay Powell. It's like, yo, man, like
Yeah.
if he had like any type of like a restaurant and then he had like
Yep.
a physical copy, it's got to be like a broshure of like the
Oh,
takeout
like a
menu.
menu. Yep. Oh my God,
Yeah. That's what
dude,
I was
I got one of those too.
really?
I did a tribute to MF Doom with the I call it Fuck Yeah Food.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's
Yeah.
that's what we're talking about. And I was like,
Oh my
yo,
God, I
I was
gotta
like,
do that.
yo. And then like if he had that and then it's like a little takeout box or something like that, I was like,
Oh
yo,
my
that'd be
God.
dope if he had that. Like oh, like we're just
Yeah.
like brainstorming these ideas. And I'm like, yo, if he did something like that, like the actual restaurant, like like the more of the restaurant, I was like, yo, I would do that. Like I would do like an interlude for free, and then we just yeah, the
There we go.
background. There you go. But I was
Yeah.
saying that like if you did that, like, and then it would be like, yo, do an interlude. I would add in like old school restaurant vintage commercials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like that sounds fun just to do something like that. Like
Or like those old McDonald's commercials or something
mm-hmm.
like that. Yeah.
But you do it from like Italy or you do
Yep.
it like from Portugal. Like I'm pretty sure they're out there and no one
Oh,
thinks about stuff like that. Then that's like
yeah.
another concept like you could get a McDonald's commercial, but like one from like the 70s
Hmm.
from Portugal or like from Peru, and then people might
Yeah.
not even have thought of that, but it's like you got to hand it. It's unique and you can never take that away.
Yeah, exactly.
Genius.
That's crazy. I got to do the brochure with
Yeah.
the menu and stuff.
Yeah, that's
That
and
would definitely make sense.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I was
Man.
like, yo, man, if I was Unireggie, if I was Unireggie, I would. That's the one thing I would do. Like add him like a cassette tape or whatever, and you had like a little
Yeah.
brochure of like the of whatever you wanted to do. Like that.
Or
That's
like do one of those box what is it, the box sets?
yeah,
Whenever I guess my career, ends, I'll just do a box set
yeah. Like
related type of thing.
or like the one of those little Chinese like boxes, the takeout boxes. Like you could put it,
Yeah.
yeah, you could
Oh
do
my
something like
God.
that. So that's what I'm saying.
That's fire. That's
Yeah.
fire.
And then, but like imagine if Jay Dilla did something like that, like with
With the
donut.
donuts.
But like
Yep.
if you had like a little donut box and then it's just like the cassettes that are in there, like there's so many ideas out there that people don't think of stuff like that.
Did Cooking Soul do something like that with
Yes, he
donuts?
did, but it wasn't like anything themed like that.
Okay.
It was just like a box set and it was just like cassettes in there. But
Yeah, yeah.
but he did do the Christmas one
I
and it
got
was
two of
like
those. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, the Christmas one of like you open it up and then it's like
Oh, I think I
it
have it
looks like
right here.
the cookie one. But yeah, for people who don't know what we're talking about Cooking Soul. It was like one of the dopest producers from Spain.
Yeah.
And I found out about that dude because I was like, it was around like Christmas time and it was snowing outside, and I'm like, this is probably like 2017, 2018. And then
Mm,
like I recently got like a smartphone at the time, and I'm like, I'm I like iPhone because like back then when I was like whenever I went with Samsung, it never ever worked out for me. Like touchscreen got messed up. This is just
mm,
personal experience. But then when I got an iPhone 6, I would always like download podcasts from like the apps and stuff. And then one day I was like looking up like what's MF Doom doing now? And then I found that Christmas Doom album, and
hmm.
I really thought it was like an official like project, and I was like, who did the beats on this? And it
Yeah.
was like Cooking Soul, and I was like, yo, I gotta figure out what else is he's doing. And then just from there, it's just like, damn, bro, it's just that dude's genius, man. He's like one of
He
the
has
few.
a hell of a discography.
Yeah, and for those you haven't listened, if you love like '90s boom bap, that old school '90s like vibe, like it's Cooking Soul is like your guy, man. He's like, damn, like I have no idea how he just has a discography or like, and then that just that workflow.
Hmm.
Like, how do you put out like mixtape after mixtape? And it's just like, damn, that's crazy.
He'll drop a mixtape with him and his family just at vacation and then
Yeah.
yeah, man.
And like his studio's dope. He's got like Super Nintendos and stuff laying around. And
Hmm.
I always love like I feel like I learned a lot from him. And then majority of his tutorials in the beginning were like all in Spanish, but they had subtitles. And
Oh yeah.
he was messing around with a machine, and like I was still learning machine. I never knew how to like really do anything with it. And
Hmm.
he was like on the same machine I had, but he had like that distinctive sound. I'm like, yo, I gotta figure out what he's doing because for when you start in the beginning, like if you're like into making beats, when you start in your DAW, you feel like all those stock sounds that you have, it's just like you can never
Artificial.
figure out. Yeah, you never figure out on how they actually make it, and then they sound the way they sound. But it doesn't. As you go along, you realize it doesn't even matter what kind of DAW you use. It's just like the beats that they use, and then the sample choices that they did. It's just it's the way that it's used in the tool. It's not exactly
Yeah.
the DAW. It's just like, but he just had that style of like making it sound like that way.
It's
And
also like how natural you want your stuff to sound too.
yeah,
That's why I fuck with Cooking Soul because he has a SP 1200. He has the MPCs, and he makes those drum packs. I love his drum packs, by the way.
yeah,
Love that shit.
he by far he has like the best drum, and it's the
Yeah,
best bang for your buck. They're not mad
honestly,
expensive. Like
yeah. It's this.
he'll have a
Yeah.
dope pack for like like $20, and it's just like damn, you get
Hmm.
a lot of like samples too. You get
Yeah,
drums from like voiceovers to like old school anime sound effects. Like you get all kinds of stuff from him, and
yeah.
his drums sound really good.
It's this. I think it's the third pack.
Oh, the
The
low bap
Lo-Fi
one.
Lo-Fi, yeah.
Yeah.
The third edition is like is this bass sound that I always use. Like it's long enough to to make it sound cool within the mix.
Yeah.
This costs like 7 or something.
Oh,
Whatever. Man, but yeah, it's drum that drum pack and also Beat Butcher.
Beat Butcher.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, I love those.
Yeah. I always love the best one. Like in my one of the ones that I got, I had to wait until like black the Christmas deals, the Black Friday
Yeah,
Christmas deals.
that's the best
But
time to get it.
yeah, because then they just go half off. But that was when I picked up the Alchemist one.
I gotta get that.
Yeah, but it was like 'cause at normal price it's like $50. But then
Mhm.
when Christmas happened it's like 20, 25, and you get a lot of like drums and but in the drum pack it will say SR ASR 10s. So
Okay.
that's why I thought that his drums were always ASR 10s. That's what I always thought.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, look into that then. Yeah.
Hmm.
I always thought it was on that NPC, but I guess not. Yeah.
I mean, he might change some things, but I think maybe like when he first started, he might have used an ASR 10 like when he first
Hmm.
started. Like that song Hold You Down, like that
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yep.
yeah. Yeah, I think that was ASR 10, I want to say. I could be wrong. But yeah, Alchemist, man. He's like one of
Crazy.
the few that's still around. Him and I I feel like
Nice.
everyone in the underground like now they still love West Side Gun.
Mhm.
Hey yo, hey yo.
Boop,
Yeah.
boop, 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 boop.
Yeah. Yeah. Just his voice alone is just dope.
Iconic, yeah.
Yeah, I like him. I like Rome Street. I like Rome Street.
Yeah, he's good.
Um Rock Marciano, I think his
He's
name is.
legend.
Yeah.
Legend.
His
Yeah.
beats is dope. I like action.
He came before West Side, or I guess like reinvigorated the I guess the boom bap sound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, before Griselda got their hands on it.
For me that boom bap sound, anything that's soulful, that always like takes me back. There's something about that style. It's just ah ah.
Yeah.
I can't get enough of that. Every time I like when I try to get into like 808s, it just didn't resonate with me. I get not hating on people that like 808s if that's your thing.
Yeah.
You do you. Like I'm not judging you, but I feel like ever since Kanye dropped Heartbreak and 808s, like everyone's just been using that thing.
Yeah.
But I
It
don't
depends
know.
it
But
depends on the producer, I
it
guess.
it does pretend, but like Kanye, he's like different in a way. Like he'll use 808s and like, but it's not like to where the 808 is like the whole beat. It's just like
Exactly. Exactly.
it's like balance in a way. You know what I mean?
Hmm. It
It's
sounds like it makes sense and
yeah.
it makes yeah.
What is that first song that's on that album? At
Um, I think I should look that
I
up
would have
though.
to like look it up, but it's like I forget the actual name of the track, but it's like
I know what you're talking about. It is not Heartless, but that was one of my favorites growing up.
yeah, Heartbreak.
Say You Will.
Say You Will, that one. It's
There
like
we
boom, 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 boom.
go.
Like you got to listen to that with headphones. But
Oh man.
that one is like, oh my God, it's just like it's incredible. Like just it's hard to explain for like people who don't really have like producer ears. But like when you have
Mhm.
like really good headphones and if you just hear it back and forth like that, it's just ah ah.
Also amazing too. Like
Yeah.
I would say that that is one of those tracks too.
Yeah. Every time when I'm like when I'm by myself and no one else is around, it's like I don't like by myself like making eggs or something. Like, no, it's amazing. I'm the
Yeah, for
reason everybody fired
reason.
up this evening.
Crazy.
Yeah,
That was
I don't know why. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if you have like weird habits like that. I always feel like I have weird habits where I'm like
Oh,
doing
I
like
just be
weird like
jamming
stuff.
out to music, yeah.
Yeah, but
Hell yeah.
like I wouldn't want a camera on me while I'm like in the kitchen. I'm like,
Oh
it's
hell no.
amazing. I'm the reason.
They don't need the world doesn't need to see that.
But for some reason, I don't know why. It's like I just having like a problem. I just love that hearing the echo of the kitchen. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. I don't know why I do stuff like that. But I hate
Uh,
admitting that I do stuff like that, but it's like it's just funny to me because
yeah.
I'm thinking of like the neighbor that's like looking and they see me in the window go, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. It's so dull. It's just me like in the kitchen by myself. I don't know why that's like hella funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, what else you got? Anything else coming up? Anything?
Uh, I'm working on, or I guess we haven't technically got started with it yet, but me and Skills are working on campaign, like the second, I guess, edition of the campaign.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know when that's going to drop, but I sent him over some beats. I'm gonna send him over some more.
Oh yeah,
He
I
was on
really
your Midnight Bliss album too.
yeah. With
Yeah.
let's see, he would did. I'm already blanking on the it's my own project. I already forgot the damn title of the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, the boom 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 boom. What is that? I gotta look up the damn title, man. Like, is
If loving
I
is
done so
wrong, I
many.
don't want to be right or whatever I forgot. I think that
If
was it.
loving you is wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like I feel like at that point, so once you start like when you have like a lot of beats, it's hard to remember all of them.
Honestly,
Every
yeah.
single name. It's like, what? Did I use this name before?
Hmm.
Yeah, but anyway,
Yeah.
you're talking about the campaign.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna start on that. Definitely we're gonna it's gonna be an experience. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, and
It's gonna be
for
an
people who don't
experience.
know, we're talking about D Skills Harris.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's he? I don't even know where he's like officially from.
Oh, Baltimore.
Baltimore. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I like his style though.
For sure.
Yeah, just that ah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anything else you got going on?
Um, Potentially working on a Christmas album.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
shout out L Summers. L
Okay.
Summers president, if you know, if you know, you know, but that 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 could be dropping soon, and then my album probably, but I guess like the next rendition. I call it like the next what's the word I'm thinking of? The next sequence in the story after after Cage City, you know, when it
Mhm.
comes to the registered user character in that storyline, but that's coming May, June, something like that.
Heck yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
But I feel like we reached about an hour,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. And I'd like to thank my guests, Unregistered User. Thank you for coming out, sir.
Thank you for having me. This was
Yeah.
dope.
And this is Owl Nimbus, same owl time, same owl channel. I'm kidding. But anyway, see y'all later. Ah, 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 Oh, I didn't even hit record. I'm kidding.